A quick note about today's show. As you probably know, this is our first show back after a 3-month period when production of Prodigy Bowlers Tour was suspended as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Unfortunately, the virus is still out there as businesses are reopening all across America. Those of us in the high-risk category because of our age and underlying health conditions have a life and death choice to make concerning whether we want to venture back out. I've chosen to continue sheltering at home until there's a vaccine. It's an easy choice for me since I work from home and am a homebody by nature anyway. But it also means I won't be returning to the bowling alley anytime soon. But that doesn't mean Prodigy has to stay sidelined along with me. Here in Georgia, bowling alleys have already reopened, and it's not for me to judge whether the people who decide to get back out and bowl are making a wise choice. Life is full of risks, and the way I look at it is this. It's up to each individual to decide if the risk is too great for them to take. Your perception of how big a risk it is to get out there is entirely yours to make. And my life experience tells me that some people are just more of a risk taker than others. Me, I've never been much of a risk taker. That's why you'll never see me skydiving, bungee jumping, or walking a tight wire at the circus. And it's why I've decided to remain at home until this pandemic is over. But as long as bowling alleys are reopening, and as long as kids and their parents are choosing to get back out there, Prodigy Bowlers You Tour is here to showcase the youth bowling talent all across the country. In this episode and coming episodes of Prodigy Bowlers You Tour, I'll be telling you how you can be on the show from your own home bowling center. So strap in, the kids are back, and you may be about to join them on the all-new Prodigy Bowlers You Tour. Celebrating junior bowling, elevating junior bowlers all across America. It's the Prodigy Bowlers You Tour. Today featuring a match between Christian Manel and Nick Dissinger. You film it, you send it, we produce it, you watch it. It's the Prodigy Bowlers You Tour. Today, coming to you live on tape from Stars and Strikes Woodstock in Woodstock, Georgia. Today, we're in the VIP room at Stars and Strikes, where a group of kids you're very familiar with have returned to the lanes, and they taped their own Prodigy episode. And it's the first in what we hope will be a series of Prodigy Bowlers You Tour episodes. Here's how the You Tour works. You film yourself bowling a match against one of your friends or foes. You send the footage to me, and I'll put you on Prodigy Bowlers You Tour. It's as simple as that. A good mobile phone that shoots 4K video at 60 frames per second is really all you need. We'll go into greater detail on how you can appear on the show from your own local bowling center. Stay tuned for details later on today's show. Each Prodigy Bowlers You Tour episode will consist of just one match, and the plan is to release multiple episodes each week. On this particular day, the kids taped 3 matches in a stepladder. Today, you'll see match 1. On the next 2 episodes of the Prodigy Bowlers You Tour, you'll see the other 2 matches. Each episode will be short and sweet, just one match. And if we get enough kids to submit videos of themselves bowling competitive matches, our hope is you'll get to see a whole lot of youth bowling talent from all across America. So let's get started with our very first Prodigy Bowlers You Tour event. There'll be no touching of one another, social distancing being strictly observed. Christian is going to start the match. This is PBA style, just like normal on Prodigy. And Christian wide with his opening toss and leaves the 2-4-10. And here's how you make it. You want to get the ball just to the left of the 2-pin, drive it over into the 10, just like that. But he misses on the right, and that's an open frame to start. Now Nick Dissinger. We haven't seen Nick on Prodigy in quite a while. We haven't seen any of the kids on Prodigy in quite a while, ever since the pandemic forced everything to shut down 3 months ago. These kids may have to shake off some rust. But a solid strike to start for Nick. And a quick 12-pin lead. Take another look at it. He's smooth, always in balance. And down they go. Nick Dissinger finished the season as the highest average in the state among youth bowlers with a 226. Another solid strike there in the second frame. A double to begin. He keeps that arm super close to his body all the way through the swing. That is a key to power. Christian sending that one all the way down to downtown Woodstock and brings it back like it's on a string. Watch this. He's going to get this one all the way out to about the 1 board. Watch it. It's hanging over the edge. The characteristic of the house shot here at Stars and Strikes Woodstock, the wider you send it, the more it hooks. And he gets another one. And that double keeps him in the match. Take a look at Christian's footwork. Playing right around the 4th arrow. Out to about 2 or 3 on that lane. Makes the pins dance. Now Nick working on a double. He's playing a much straighter line. Nick, who originally came to our program at Bolero Roswell from AMF Woodstock. AMF Woodstock and Stars and Strikes Woodstock are practically right across the street from each other. You could just about get from one to the other with a driver and a couple of 7-irons. 3 in a row to start. And another solid one for Nick. He's got a 4-bagger right out of the gate. Take a look at his footwork. 6-step approach. That ball super close to his ankle when he lets it go, and man, the pins have no chance when you hit them there. Well, the light shaker doesn't quite get the 4-pin this time. So Christian's string stops at 2. And when your opponent is stringing them against you, you gotta just keep your foot on the accelerator. This is no time to let up. He'll go cross lane at the 4. And converts it easily. Well, Christian has been bowling league with us at Bolero Roswell for quite a while. Bolero Roswell has opted to close for the remainder of the summer. and is expected to reopen in time for Fall League. And so the only option for Youth League for Christian right now is here at Stars and Strikes Woodstock. Good shot here. Just inside the 4th arrow, out to about 4 or 5. Solid strike. And Nick just wallops him again. 5 frames, 5 strikes for Nick. See it again. Watch how steady his head is through release. Gets that thing out to about 4, and the pins just explode when Nick hits them. He's got 5 in a row right out of the gate. And he shreds the rack for a 6th strike, and now Nick is halfway there to a perfect game. Watch it again. That one's not as wide as the way Christian's playing the lanes, but Nick's got him figured out. He's got 6 strikes in 6 frames, and we'll finish the match when we return. Hey Prodigy Land, it's me, Coach Randy. Here's how you can be on Prodigy Bowlers You Tour. All you need is a smartphone that records in 4K resolution at 60 frames per second and a thumb drive that you can send me with the video file. Provide your address and I'll send it back. Then just record a match between yourself and one of your friends or foes. Hey, bowl as many games as you want and pick out the best one to send. You know, where the 2 of you are bowling your best. Then offload the video file from your phone to your computer and burn it onto the thumb drive. Complete instructions on how to record the match and how to get the video file from your phone onto a thumb drive can be found online at www.prodigybowlerstour.com. Click on the tab at the top of the page for You Tour. There you'll also find the application form you'll need to fill out, along with the release forms that the parents of any minor children who appear on the video will need to sign. Fill out the forms, have your parents sign them, copy your video file onto a thumb drive, and send it to me at the address provided. There's no entry fee and no cost to be on the show other than the lineage fees your bowling center will charge you for bowling the games that you film and the postage required to send me the thumb drive and the filled out forms. If we use your match on Prodigy Bowlers You Tour, you'll be an official member of the PBAA, Prodigy Bowlers Across America, and your name will go up on our virtual wall at prodigybowlerstour.com. So get over to prodigybowlerstour.com right now and click the tab at the top for the You Tour. Download the application and read the instructions. Easy peasy. And pretty soon, you'll be making an appearance on Prodigy Bowlers You Tour. Well, as we mentioned earlier, these Prodigy Bowlers You Tour episodes will consist of just one match. In this particular case, these kids taped 3 matches. We'll show the next 2 in our next couple of episodes. Christian with a much-needed strike. That's a double to cut the lead to 43. Almost left a stone 9. Watch this. Playing that deep inside angle. He swings it out. Not as wide as he did earlier, but it cuts through sharply and nearly left the 9. But he's pretty happy with the result, as he should be. But now he's got to keep them coming. Another strike here, he can cut Nick's lead down to 33 and give himself a fighting chance going into the last frames. That's a good one. And it even gets a couple of claps from Nick himself. Watch this one. Rips it pretty hard at the bottom, gets it out to about 4, and just sucks them off the back of the pin deck. just like he drew it up. Nick, playing a much straighter line, gives himself a little more margin for error when he plays that way. These lanes pretty walled up. It's the house shot. He's just inside the second arrow at the break point, swings it out to about 7 or 8. And that's just about the sweet spot on most house shots. Lead back up to 43. Pulled it. Oh, but he got away with it. He also fell a little bit off balance. I think he slipped at the line, but his straight arm swing saved him. Watch this. 6-step approach. He's going to slip at the line a little bit, but look where his arm is. That arm and elbow right in line with his intended trajectory, and it kept the ball on line, saved him. He knows he got away with one that time. All right, Christian. Oh my goodness. This time, not only does he almost leave a stone 9, he almost left a stone 7-9. Watch how this ball just tears through the pins like they're paper mache or something. This is a result of the entry angle. That ball passes the 9 pin, chops the 5 right off the 9, but he got a break, and he keeps himself in it with that strike. He needs another one here. Oh, but this time it cuts through sharply, a little too sharply, and I think we may see what's going on for Christian. This is something he was starting to work on before we took a break. But now watch, when he gets it to the top of the swing from here, watch how much his head and upper body just jerk through when he pulls the ball through. Watch everything he just tries to rip it as hard as he can. And if he would just keep his head steady and just let the ball swing through, he'll get plenty on it and he'll be a lot more accurate. And the ball won't overreact. Oh boy. Sends the 6 around the 10, and an unforced error in the 9th. Well, if he could have caught a strike there in the 9th, he'd still be in this, but Nick can pretty much walk it in from here. He's working on the front 8. Let's see if he can get the 9th. Yes, sir. And there's the front 9 for Nick, and with that one, he wins the match. Let's watch it again. This is the shutout ball right here. Right over about 12 at the arrows. He swings it out to about 6. And down they go once again, and can he get all 12? Here's the 10th. Oh, it's just a pinch high. And so we're not going to get a 300 on our first show back from the break. Watch this. Watch the 2-pin, the third one from the left. It's going to go around the 4. Gets the 7, but doesn't quite get the 4. And that's how you leave a solid 4. That's how you miss it. I think his interest waned once the 300 was out the window. He already had the match won, so it doesn't really matter. A 267 for Nick. That was pretty exciting for a first game back. I'd say Nick has shook off the rust already. And now Christian will go through the formality of finishing out the match. Possible 223. There's the first one, and it was a good one. Take another look at it. Swing plane looks pretty good. Playing a pretty extreme angle. I think he'd probably have better results if he straightened out his angles a little bit, but He's going to be in the 220s. Can't really complain about a game like that. He's bowled well. He made a couple of mistakes when he missed the 6-10, and then in the first frame he came in light and left the split. Sends it way out, brings it all the way back. All 10 for 223. And there it is. Almost another solid 9, but a little virtual handshake to maintain social distancing. And that's our first episode of Prodigy Bowlers You Tour. Click the subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you'll be notified when the next episode posts in another day or two. This is Coach Randy. Stay safe.